Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my second update for Basgiath, Panner's Quadrant. I created this project for myself to lead up to the release of Onyx Storm. That is the third book in the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. If you have not read the first two, Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, you might not want to watch this because some of the prompts have major spoilers for the first and second books. One of those prompts will make an appearance in this update, so you have been warned. I started this project on July 21st and it will end on January 21st, which is the release date. So it's a 6-month project and this update is going up a little bit late, but I am catching up. I had a bit of a disruption in August where I was sick for an extended period of time and I got behind, but I'm getting there. For this project, I selected 13 human characters and 14 non-human characters. If they are on this list, then it means that they are still alive after the second book, so that's a spoiler as well. And they have been arranged into their bonded pairs. The human character prompts are related to their signet, at least that was my intent. Their signet is their unique magical power that they gain when they bond with a dragon. And then the dragons have Gaelic names, and those names have direct translations. And so their prompts are related to the translation of their name. The fact that they are Gaelic also means that I have a difficult time pronouncing them. Sorry, I'm trying. I started out with 4 pairs of prompts in this project. Every month I'm rolling in 2 more, whether I've met any goals or not. It is also possible for products to roll out if I don't meet their goal. As we know, a dragon without a rider is a tragedy. A rider without a dragon is dead. So if I meet the goal on the dragon and the rider is left alone, the rider will die and they roll out of the project as a goal not met. However, that is not going to happen with my first item. Since the beginning of the project, I have been working on Section Leader Bodhi Durran. He is Xaden's cousin, and his signet is that he counters other signets. So since he counters everything, there are no rules, and I was able to pick anything I wanted as the prompt. So I picked a nail polish. This is the Essie Expressie Quick Dry Nail Color in the shade Send a Message. In the last update, I held up a black nail polish. That was not the right one. This is the one in the project. The numbers I gave in the last update were correct. So I did have 2 uses on this in the last update. I've used another 3 times, which gives me 5, which was my goal. So this gets to roll out successfully. Bodhi did not die. And this was actually new whenever I bought it this spring. And I'm all the way down to here. So I've used a lot of it. I do really like this color in the summer. It is on my nails right now. This was my 5th use on my right hand. It's topped with a silver glitter, but that's the color. And I'm ready to put this away for the summer, but I do really like the color and I'm sure I'll bring it out next year. The dragon Bodhi Rise is named Cuir, and Cuir means put on. So for that, it's something that you layer, and I figured to layer with the nail polish, I'll bring in a base coat. This is the Sesh Clear base coat, and I had a goal of using this 5 times. At the last update, I believe I had 4 uses. I have gotten 2 more uses since then, so I have 6 uses, so I've exceeded my goal of 5, so goal met also on Cuir. This is a very liquidy base coat, but it seems to work just fine. I'm not experiencing any staining on my nails, even though I have been wearing a lot of red, so that's good. And since it is thinner, that means it's not going to get thick and it'll still probably remain usable until I'm able to finish it, which is great. But this is rolling out of the project since I have met my goal on Cuir. Next is one of my personal favorite characters, Squad Leader Rhiannon Matthias. She is Violet's best friend at the college, and she is a summoner, so she has the ability to summon objects to her even through walls. So for that, it is something that was shipped to you. And I had this MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour Extend Eye Base shipped to me when I ordered it online. And so this is an eye primer. I have met my goal now of using this 10 times. I had 7 uses, I think, at the last update. I wasn't marking those down how many I had the last update, just the total. And so I've met my goal now. This is an okay eye base. I've had others that I like more, but I'm going to keep using it. I'm sure it's going to take me years yet to finish it, but that's okay because it does work just fine. But goal met for Rhiannon, and she is also rolling out, still alive. Rhiannon rides a green dragon named Feirge. Feirge means to anger, so that would be something that frustrates you. I get frustrated by this Aesthetica liquid eyeliner in the shade black. It's messier to apply than the pen type liquid eyeliners. It kind of gets everywhere. I always need to be cleaning things up, and it's difficult to get a straight line with this tip, in my opinion. So I get frustrated with it, but there's nothing really wrong with it once it's on your eyes. It does have pretty good staying power. So I've tried to use this 10 times. In the last update, I hadn't used it at all, but I did use it 1 time since then, so that's something. I still have 9 more uses on Feirge. So Feirge remains in the project without a rider. which is a tragedy, but Feirge is still alive, so I'm still going to get the chance to meet my goal on this eyeliner. At the last update, I rolled in Captain Mira Sorrengail. She's Violet's older sister, and she graduated the college before Violet ever started. But for her, she is a shield wielder, so she has the ability to protect others with her shielding. So it is something that protects you. And I'm brought in this pocket back in the scent You're the One hand sanitizer. This has been living in my purse. I had never used this before when it came to the project, but now it's down to there. So I'm making pretty decent progress by my standards on this. My goal is to finish it, but I'm not there yet, so Mira is still in the project. Mira rides a green dragon named Teine. Teine means flame in Gaelic, so that is something warm toned. So I went into my Ace Beauté Serenity palette. This is the shade Meditate down there, and I have a goal to use that 10 times. I have not used it at all. I have 3 projects with finales in October, so I've been focusing on the eyeshadows in there. So this one has not yet gotten used, but we are in the season for this palette, so I think I'll at least have a couple uses by the next update. And the last one I was working on is another character that I really like, writer Rideout Gamlin. He is in Violet's class in her section, and he's kind of the class clown, so he's entertaining to read. But he's an ice wielder. He has the ability to summon and weaponize ice, and so that is something cool toned. And I went into my Lilo and Stitch Ohana palette. This is the shade Experiment 606. It's a blue, it's definitely cool toned, and I had a goal to use that 10 times, and I've used it once. So I have 9 uses to go on that. Again, I've been working on eyeshadows and the other 3 projects, so that's not a rollout yet, but I should get a few more uses on it by the next update. I do like wearing blues, so that's staying in for now. Rydok rides a brown dragon named Outrom. Outrom means light, as in lightweight, so it's a product in flimsy packaging. My Lilo and Stitch Ohana palette does have flimsy packaging. It's cardboard, it's old. This inner part tends to fall out of this if I were to turn it upside down, which I'm not going to do right now. So I picked another shade from here, and that would be Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride, this one right up here, that giant one. I have a goal to use it 10 times, and I've also used that one once. So I still have 9 more uses on this for Outrom, so they're both staying in together. So I did have 3 rollouts. I had Bodhi, Cuir, and Rhiannon, but it's going to be 4 roll-ins because I'm rolling in the bonded pairs together. So we're going to see who I'm bringing in this time. The first character I'm bringing in is General Augustine Melgren. He has the ability of battle foresight, so he knows how a battle is going to end a few days before it ever starts, so he knows which fights to pick and which ones not to. So that's very useful for a general. And since he already knows how it's going to end, it is a product that is in to finish. It can be anything I want, but I do have to finish it. And I decided to make it easy on myself. This is the Philosophy Amazing Grace shampoo, bath, and shower gel. And it's just a little sample, and I'm going to finish it. I have never used this before. I know a lot of people really like this scent. I don't know what it smells like yet, but my goal is going to be to finish this for General Melgren. General Melgren rides a dragon named Codagh. Codagh means war, and so that is something that you had in a previous project but didn't meet your goal on, and you're going to keep working on it. So you lost the battle, but the war is still ongoing. This is the first Double Cream. I had this in This Is Fantasy last year, but I forgot it was in there. It rolled in late in the project, and then I didn't get to finish it, and I barely used it. It's still all the way up there. But my goal is going to be to finish this for Codagh. It was when I was putting together the list for this project that I noticed that several of the dragon riders' signets and the dragons' names went together. And General Melgren and Codagh are an example of that, battle foresight and war. So they complement each other very well, and I thought that was very interesting, and I'm sure it's planned. And I've wondered what that means for the characters where that's not true. For example, Mira is a shield wielder, but the dragon she rides has a name that means flame. Flame wielders do exist. We've seen characters with the ability to control fire. And so it seems that Teine would be more suited for a rider with that personality. So that in itself has me wondering if Mira is going to die, because then Teine would end up with a different rider that might complement better. So there's just a theory that I developed as a result of putting this project together that I thought was interesting. Other than being poetic, do you think it means anything that some of the riders and dragons have personalities and names that complement each other versus the ones that don't? Let me know in the comments. I said in the beginning of the video that there was a character who was rolling in that would be a major spoiler, and here he is. Lieutenant Colonel Brennan Aisereigh, and so he is formerly known as Brennan Sorrengail. For all of Fourth Wing, he was believed to be dead, but he is in fact not. And he changed his last name. Aisereigh means resurrected, so that was poetic. And he said that he's kind of doing that in order to keep people from asking him too many questions. He's trying to hide that he is Sorrengail still alive. I personally think he's also using a different last name to try to distance himself from his mother. Whenever she was grieving his loss, she made some decisions that he would not have approved of, and I think he's trying to separate himself from that. In either case, Brennan is a mender, so he has the ability to fix things and people, which is a very critical skill in a career where there is a very high injury rate. So that is a product that you had to fix and you have repaired in some way. This is a red lip crayon, and there's a bunch of tape around it because this cap cracked and I had to fix it. But I'm wanting to wear some reds recently, so I have a goal to use this 10 times for Brennan. And so that'll be my goal for this. We'll see how many I get for the next update. Brennan rides a dragon named Marbh, and Marbh means death. So that is something that has been discontinued. This is a powder eyeshadow from Jouer, and when I checked their website, Jouer doesn't even make any powder eyeshadows anymore at all. But it's the shade Chocolat, and my goal is going to be use that 10 times. So there's my update. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any rollouts or not next time. I have a lot of eyeshadows in here that I need to work on, so I really just want to make progress on those. I am working on another shower gel right now, so I'm not going to use that philosophy one until I finish that one. So I might not have that finished by next time, even though it is just a little one. That's okay. Either way, I'm going to be rolling in 2 new sets of characters next time, so there's that to look forward to. And so good luck with your projects, and I'll see you next time. Bye.